and touch. And it may be, though, that our limited senses are constraining our understanding of reality. Imagine being born into a room with no windows. How would you ever conceive of the world beyond your immediate environment? In the 19th century British novel Flatland, the characters are all two-dimensional shapes living on an infinite sheet of paper. Our narrator, a square shape, helpfully named A Square, can move left, right, forward, and back. But he has no concept of up. When a sphere from a three-dimensional world passes through Flatland, A Square never sees the sphere. Instead, he only sees the parts that interact with the 2D world. At first he sees a point, then a growing circle, then a shrinking circle, and finally nothing at all. To our character, the sphere only manifests on two-dimensional planes as a series of mysterious two-dimensional slices that change over time. The story perfectly demonstrates the bewilderment many of us feel in trying to wrap our heads around a world beyond 3 dimensions. Now, if there were a 4th spatial dimension, we could never see a 4D object from the outside. But that doesn't mean that we can't explore this strange idea, and in doing so, learn more about our perception of reality.
Yeah, so I think the best way to think about 4 dimensions is by building an analogy with the number of dimensions that we're used to, and then trying to extrapolate it.
That's Hannah Price, a theoretical quantum physicist at the University of Birmingham. When physicists like Price talk about a 4th spatial dimension, they mean something specific, an extra independent direction in which things can move. On a flat sheet of paper, there are 2 directions, x and y. In everyday space, there are 3, x, y, and z. Add a 4th spatial dimension, and it would simply be another direction, perpendicular to all the others. We could call it q. If A Square in Flatland discovered a new dimension, it would mean a new freedom of movement. And that is really exciting for physics.
And that freedom is actually really crucial when it comes to physics, because it changes the way that a lot of physical laws behave. So it changes the way that gravity would work or electromagnetism would work. And the aspect that I'm really interested in is it would change the way that certain types of quantum materials would behave. Just by adding that extra direction in which your particles can move, you can realize different states of matter that you wouldn't otherwise see in the kind of the universe that we have with 3 dimensions.
In other words, higher dimensional physics acts like a blueprint, constructing a reality of which we can only perceive a part thereof. But this is where it gets exciting. By imagining our reality as in the shadow of something higher, we might be able to glimpse at this untapped, unique physics of a 4D world.
It's like the higher dimensional system is casting a shadow into the lower dimensions that exhibits many of the same features and same properties. And so by looking at that kind of the shadow of the effect, we're inferring things about the effect that would exist in higher dimensions as well.
Price is part of a new generation of scientists